What was the goal going into this summer?
I think organizationally what we've done a good job of is defining what a Clipper is. And it starts with character. We want competitive, hard-playing, tough guys. You know, guys who are going to go toe-to-toe, punch-to-punch with whoever they see.
If you look at this team, our backcourt is loaded. It is loaded. We've got 2 all-pro defenders back there. And we got these 2 young kids, the Robinson kid and Alexander. I think you're going to love all those guys. But this team is really deep. It is deep. I'm not here to blow smoke on anyone, okay? I am truthful and straightforward, and they've done a great job. And Lawrence has assembled a terrific staff. I think this team is going to really be fun to watch.
There's no substitute for hard work. You know, there's not a magic pill you can take and all of a sudden become a hard worker. So we keep it very, very simple. If you want a hard-playing, tough team, you have to have a team of some hard-playing, tough guys. And the makeup of each guy is critical. I mean, you know, you look at it from the depth you talk about, I think we'll probably be the deepest team in the league. And the makeup of each guy is how they fit together. And that's why every night, like a big part of tonight also seeing Pat's story. You know, Pat's a great example of overcoming adversity and just with each obstacle, never looking for an excuse, but going right through it. Jerry talked about our backcourt. You know, I think every night an opposing guards come in and they see Pat and Avery, it's going to be a tough night.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a tough night.
You're going to feel it.
But I think the makeup of all our guys, and you look into, and I know later, like we'll talk about our free agents, is they all have that, and they all have a purpose. They all have that chip in a positive way, that every night they take the floor, they know they've been overlooked at different times, and they've all overcome adversity, and that's a big part of what we do. It's not just evaluating talent. It's really knowing their story. What makes them tick? What is the adversity they had to overcome in their life, both personally and on the court? Because the NBA, and look, Jerry's one of the greatest players that's ever played in the game. And not only that, he's obviously the greatest architect that's ever put championship teams together.
You know, Lawrence won't say very much about it, but we got 2 really good players in the draft, and you're going to love one of them in particular because he's going to get a chance to play right away. You're going to really like him. Plus, he's a leader, and he's big, competitive as heck, and we're thrilled with him.
In regards to Shea, one of the things that really stood out with him is his improvement. Shea didn't start until early January for Kentucky. They had struggled. They lost 4 games in a row. Their season turned once they put him in the starting lineup. And so what we're looking for is, there's an old adage, past performance many times predicts future success. We think Jerome is probably the most complete offensive player in the draft. And Jerome's a great story of resiliency and character. So Jerome's freshman year at Boston College, they went 0-18 in the ACC. They had a bunch of guys leave. It was real easy. Coach said, Jerome, you're our best player. Like, I guess you want to leave too? He said, Coach, I signed here to bring us into the postseason. I'm not leaving. So he hung with it. His sophomore year, right, he went from playing the point guard to the shooting guard, and you started to see the improvement. This past year, he's one of the few players in ACC history to where he averaged 24 points a game in the ACC, okay? He shot 55%, okay? And he shot 45% from 3. But what these guys share in common, they're high character, they're ultra competitive, and they're over themselves. They're about the team. So we're really bullish on the draft. I think Trent Redden and the group did a great job.
When we talk about the resources you've been provided, players play, coaches say, and owners pay.
I really believe in ownership a lot. And this is one unique man. It's fun to be around him. He's miserable when he loses. So am I. I hate losing.
In a lot of organizations, you don't get the opportunity to see as many games as we saw unless you have an owner who's going to provide you the resources. You know, there are some owners that say, look, this is the budget. I don't care. Steve's all about getting it right. Getting it right. So, and philosophically, he wants to give our players the best, okay? The best of the best. And it's the same experience he wants to give you guys as fans. The best fan experience in sports. The one thing you never want to see, and you see other organizations, I think, have probably made this mistake. They're always talking about the future, that they ignore the guys in front of them. We want to love our guys every single day, okay? Every single day, okay? So, and think about it, during this time, like we talked about Pat, we talked about Avery, we mentioned Lou, who won Sixth Man of the Year award, by the way. We haven't said anything about Tobias Harris, who's just coming into his prime. All right? Milos, right? 29 and 16 when he was on the floor.
Milos!
Okay. Bobby! We haven't, a guy who has had a terrific summer, who is MVP of the NBA Africa game, Danilo Gallinari, who looks great.
Yes.
Okay. The Monster Trez! We brought back one of the best defenders in the league, Luke Bamute. Mike Scott, who's one of the better range-shooting bigs, who brings toughness. We have Sindarius, Wes.
Yes.
You know, Jawan Evans. We signed two two-way guys.
I might add one thing to free agency. Okay, free agency can really, if you get players the right age that have proven they're successful, they can change the future of a franchise almost overnight. And for the first time in my memory of Los Angeles Clippers, this team has enough flexibility to go after two major free agents. And it's up to this organization. Number one, as Lawrence and the staff has done, they've cleared enough cap space that we can talk to anyone. Whether or not we can convince them to come here will be up to us.
Give it up once again for Lawrence Frank and Jerry West.